Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode of Swish Nomads, episode 23. Just like Mike, just like LeBron. And thank you for being here. Don't forget, follow us, like, subscribe, and then we on all socials. We like on YouTube. Obviously, you're watching us now. We also on Spotify. We on X, Instagram, TikTok. If in whatever other social media platform, if we're not there yet, we will be soon. Okay, and then thank you very much for being here. My co-hosts are here. We missing the leading lady. OG's not, it's unavailable today, but we got the bearded man itself, Jonathan. How you doing, sir?
Hey. I'm good. It's good to be back. I've missed two episodes, and I'm happy to be back for since next week. And yeah, happy to discuss basketball things with you and have a good laugh for the coming hour.
Island boy. And then we
Yeah,
have Mr. Marcel that had some technical issues, but he solved it. He solves everything. How you doing, Monsieur?
Good. Yeah, good to see you. Good morning, good evening. Hi, everyone. I'm glad to be back to episode 23. I missed you guys. And as well for the quiz, I wasn't there, so I'm here to be back on track.
I mean, let's see if
please.
speaking of the quiz, our next co-host, Mr. Djigo, not Deji, Djigo, I know his name. The Senegalese king. He's yet to win, but he's so close, so close. Maybe episode 23 is going to be when he's going to, come clean and win it all. Anyways, how you doing, sir?
Yo, I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. 23, it's like the basketball number that
Hell
we
yeah,
all reference. The
absolutely.
GOATs are wearing 23. I'm talking about MJ. I'm talking about LeBron James. So very excited for today's episode as well.
There you go. There you go. And once again, thank you. You wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So keep supporting our podcast. Is a place that we found that there was something missing in terms of African basketball. It wasn't discussed. In the biggest, it's not like we experts. No, we just love the game of basketball. We are African, and we're talking about African basketball. So, perfect mix. Anyways, let's jump right into the question of the day. Okay, okay. Actually, the week though. My bad. How many Africans will be drafted this year in this year's NBA draft? And what needs to be done to increase that number? Well, we're not futurologists, right? But one name we know is going to be called Kaman Malwash.
Yep.
I mean,
One
that
and
boy.
done.
Yeah,
Yep.
that boy's gonna be, this is gonna be drafted. No, no,
We ain't gonna talk about it.
yeah.
I feel
Just
like the discussion for Kamal Rush will be like he will be probably is he gonna be in the first round as a top 15 pick
top
or
10,
if
say top 10.
or if he go out of the lottery, that will be the discussion. But getting drafted, I feel like that's a hit for him.
And then there'll be a kid that born and raised in Africa that played in Africa NBA Academy, played the BAL, and then had a magical season at Duke. And then, I mean, the rest is history, like they say. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be drafted. But then, what about other names? What do you think? I think Cello is having some technical difficulties, but we'll keep on. We wait for his take. So, Jonathan, I know I know Jigo's gonna say it's always your own people, but who do you think is gonna be drafted? Who do you think is not gonna be drafted?
Oh, two names. I don't know if you're still, like you said, if you're still in the race. You said Kaman will be drafted. Uh, I think Thierry Darlan will be drafted if he's in there. Mm, and then yeah, it's difficult nowadays to predict who can be and who can't be drafted because nowadays NBA is all about power, is all about height, is all about what you bring to the court. You can be talented, but you need to have that little bit of you have to do a little bit more than the other one to get in. And uh, what I'm saying is that there's Matthias Madi, who declared for the draft, and I'd love to see him there. Let's just wait and see. Uh, I'm more on reserves on that. I think personally that's my take. He's not ready for. He should have waited for 1 year, 1 more year, two
Yeah,
years,
one or
and
two
then
years. 1 or 2 years. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. But
yeah.
who am I to say he's too late or not? That's another question. But and then what should be done to get more Africans drafted? Uh, that's a great question. Because when you think about it, nearly every team in the NBA has an African player, or
Oh
at
yeah.
least a player from African descent, and yeah,
Oh
and
yeah. I mean, all African Americans, they, so we're not talking about 3, 4, 5 generations past. We're talking about like recent. Yeah. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, and we should maybe all the countries in Africa, they should be given the same opportunities of growth. When you see that uh, Mali has uh,
Yeah.
the training and development program in Mali and the training and development program in Seychelles, definitely not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same focus. It's not the same. No, that's maybe it comes from the mindset and all that. But if all the countries had the same development program, I think that we'd see more people, more African players declaring for a draft and being drafted in consequently. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's hope it get to the right ears and make it and which will make things happen.
What do you
You
What do you
still
think?
didn't answer the question.
Yeah, come on, he said
Which
it, man.
is
Don't worry, man. Jonathan, he's just trying to push it. But it's all good. Jigo, who do you think? Who do you think is going to get drafted this year? And then what do you think could be done in order to improve that ratio, the number of African players, being at that level, that stage.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. So I think that we talked about it real quick that Kevin Malwash gonna be drafted one and done. I mean, youngest player to play in a Olympic game representing South Sudan. Also played in the BL, long background. Play for Duke, 7-1. Versatile power forward slash center. What can you ask for him? He's gonna be drafted though, that's for sure. And then you have other names that are kind of, I mean, known in our continent. Let's say Machas Madi, also a name that well known in the continent, and probably for him and the profile that he have, I mean, it's not like he is some tall dude with great athleticism or something like that. We know that African players that are usually drafted are either forwards or center. That's a
Yeah, true.
reality. And
Fours
then
and
you need to
fives.
check, yeah, fours and fives. So those are like the profile, which sucks, but that's a reality of the game so far. If we watch about probably last year's draft, we have Ulrich Chomche getting drafted, and then power forward, center. So that's the profile that most NBA team are looking for, and I don't think that Machias Madi is that profile. And then for him, he is a guard, a scoring guard. I feel like you have better scoring guards that also declare in this year NBA draft. So for me personally, I feel like it's a little bit too early for him, like, to declare for a draft. I mean, it's great to bet on yourself. Don't get me wrong, it's great to bet on yourself, but come on, sometimes you have to be realistic about your choices that you have. I mean, he played for the US and something like that. Also, another player that declared for the draft, which very surprised me, was Usman Yai. I don't know if you guys remember about him a little bit. Small forward, play for the Senegalese national team in the AfroBasket windows, average 80 points per game and 7 rebounds per game. For him, also, it will be very challenging because he wasn't in the scouting radars of the NBA yet. It's very hard for a kid from overseas, because he's played for overseas, right, to get ranked and then to get drafted out of that. So for the African players that are declared here, it will be very challenging. I am pretty sure that Kevin Malwatch going to get drafted. Also, another name that probably come off, which is Ouakamara from Mali, probably going to
Oh
get
yeah.
drafted. Yeah, yeah, probably going to get drafted also. So both of the players that are named are like 6'9" or 7'7" or taller.
Yeah.
So that's the reality of the game. And then for and also Kevin Darlin, if he's declared for a draft. But I feel like if for him, even if he's not drafted, he will be signed as a two-way player. That's for sure
Yeah.
because he is in the NBA radar, play with Junior Ignite, so they know him. I mean, is
Plays in the G League now, so yeah, true, true, true.
yeah.
So it's
So
yeah, I mean,
even if he's not drafted, he will sign a two-way contract with one team or another. But yeah, to increase that number, I feel like probably we need to send more of the Wembys in the US. I don't know. You have plenty of them here in Africa. We have plenty of them here in Africa. If you go for African players for probably in Senegal or South Sudan or Kenya or Congo, the genes that these kids have, they're
yeah,
tall, they're athletic, very versatile for their size. I feel like it's just to send them a little bit earlier, probably to the
true.
states. And if that is not the case, probably use the league that we have here, which is the BAL, to more of showcase those young kids. If you see what I mean,
Yeah.
the elevate the
Program, right?
what's the program? The program, yeah,
Elevate.
the elevate
Yeah, yeah,
program.
yeah, yeah.
The elevate program work a little bit for the kids, right? You have every BL team having to choose one kid from the NBA academy, but guess what happened? Some of the
He
kids
doesn't
don't even
play.
have playing time.
Yeah,
There you go. So if you don't have playing time, how can scout you properly? If you see
true.
what I mean. So probably if the kids were playing 15 to 17 minutes, it will be fine. But other than that, I'm not seeing any solution that we can have for that. Yeah. Just to send out the kids earlier, to send out like the best prospect that we have earlier to the States, to Europe, to learn the game, to play professional, to be around professional player that can untap their potentials. And then yeah, that's the solution that I have for it.
Monsieur Marcel, what do
Yes,
you think?
sir. Yeah, so I'll join Jigo on some facts. I have Kaman Malwak being drafted in the top 15. If not, if not Masai Ujiri not taking him, I have it in the top 15 or 20 in the first round. And I thought all of you guys were about to mention one name, but I didn't hear it yet. Umar Balou from Mali.
Oh yeah,
For
true,
sure.
true, true. I
Yeah,
He's
but
forget
going
does
to
he
be
about
fit?
him.
drafted as
Does he
well.
fit? Does he fit today's NBA though?
Of course, he's a
That's
traditional big. He's a
but are
traditional
they
big.
looking for traditional bigs?
That's another thing, yeah. Because Malwatch is a clutch player from Rich Paul, and he can shoot the three. He can bring
He
more
can a little
offense.
bit stretch the
Yeah,
floor, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't think this kid. I mean, he was great in college. Don't get me wrong, but go ahead, Marcel. Keep yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, the beautiful thing about the NBA is that as a player who has talent, which is raw, you have scouts who can project a player. I mean, they always forecast a player around an actual NBA player.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
if
yeah,
it makes sense.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it makes me think like a Zach Randolph or something,
Because he's not
or
the
a
most
DeMarcus
athletic guy.
Cousins.
He's not the
Yeah,
most
is
athletic guy.
Yeah, but the thing is,
yeah, but
Zebo and Cousins had post game when they were in college, so they have like
even
very
even
reliable offensive players. So
even in the NBA, and I'm pretty sure that if he has the good trainers, he can be more than them. The talent is here because I remember finals Mali, USA FIBA under 19.
Oh,
Those kids from Mali, they were under the radar of those scouts,
true.
and that's the reason why most of them went to the US in college,
Yeah. Hmm.
except of
Yeah,
those who played straight professional in Europe.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Hmm.
have it as well. I have my Niger boy from Florida. I forgot his name.
Oh
The
yeah,
NCAA
yeah.
champion. Yeah. Ruben
Ruben.
Chinyelu.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But I think
Uh,
he went back though. I think he withdrew his name. That's why I didn't talk about. Yeah, he went back to Florida. I think. I don't know.
oh, okay,
Really
okay, okay.
I think he yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah. I think he withdrew his name. Because if you right now
Mm.
you can put your name on a draft, and then if you don't hire an agent, you can go back to your school. You don't
Oh,
enter the
okay,
transfer
okay.
portal. I don't know if please in the comments if somebody watches this whatever I'm gonna try to do some more research. But last time I checked, I think he went back. He said run it back or whatever. That's what I saw a post him going back to Florida. I don't know, but he's a monster though. Yeah.
Yeah, but in both ways, it works because I have a name that didn't declare for the NBA draft yet, which is Asemion Moulari from Cote d'Ivoire. He's 21.
Yeah.
Everyone said that this year he could have gone to the NBA draft, but he signed 3 more years in France, which is with his club.
Mhm.
He chased the
Three
money. He
more
chased
years.
the bag. He chased the bag.
I
So he's
mean,
he's
may,
playing
may, may,
professional right
may,
now.
maybe that's money issue, but I do think because of his dad, which is involved in the French basketball community, maybe guide his steps before going forward to the NBA. Let's just put that straight. If he plays 3 years, he's gonna be 24. 24, he can
Hmm.
declare for the NBA draft. It will be in better position. It will have good numbers. He will play for the national team as well. He will have good, I mean, achievement or accolades under his name that can give him strength towards the NBA draft.
Yeah.
Or else, if he doesn't want because he fits and he feels himself comfortable in Europe, he will stay. But other than that, like the challenges of the gods in Africa, I believe in the years to come will be broken because we have those generational type of players, Thierry Serge Darlin, Asemio Boulari, Mathias Madi. I cross my fingers once again. Like I really want him to be in the NBA. But if he does, if he gets drafted, for sure it will be a two-way contract.
Yeah.
It will evolve in a G League. Make sure that he's well, like he understands the game of basketball in America, and then see how things will be processed. I really like what Masai did last year with Uri Chomche. He signed
Yeah.
him as a two-way contract for 2 years. So next year as well, 25-26 season, he will play again in the G League and try to be better.
Make his name. Yeah. Yeah.
45 days in the NBA, we never know. Yeah. So that's my take for the players who will be drafted, as I have them on my list. For sure, if Ruben is not in the draft no more, I have Omar Balo and Kaman Malwak as well as Thierry Serge Darlin.
Okay.
Honorable mention to the Island Boy.
It's always your own
It's
people.
always your own people, bro.
Come on,
Always your own
you,
people.
Um,
you guys making me look bad here.
no, 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 no,
But
no. I
aren't
got
you though?
I'm
But
the bad
aren't
one.
you?
I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
nah, no.
Aren't
But
you
listen,
know? Should have been rooting for your people.
hey,
I
me
never said I
being
was rooting for him.
no. Let me just. I agree with all your takes. Me being just a kid from Luanda, I gotta say one name: Celton Miguel. Celton Miguel is an Angolan guard. He plays the 2-1-2, and don't get me wrong, that kid is a killer. That kid is a killer. He What might prevent him from being drafted was the fact that he's already 24 years old. They might say, "Oh, he's already because now people are being drafted based on potential, and then him is what you see is what you get. I mean, he can still improve a little thing, but like he's a grown man, and the kid played in high school. He played in high school, and in America. He played one academy, and then I played at West Oaks Academy. He won SIAA in Florida, like SIAA Player of the Year. And mind you, the year that he won Player of the Year, the basically the All Star five for the state of Florida was Kate Cunningham, number one draft pick. Scotty Barnes, it was number six. They ended up being Rookie of the Year. And then they had another guy named Dayron Sharp that went to Montverde. So these are the people he played against, he competed against on a daily basis. And that's his peers, you know. Then he went to Kansas State for 2 seasons, went to USF for 2 seasons, and then he was granted a grad because of COVID. He played one more year at the University of Maryland. He did a great, you know, he, he improved everything. They said he couldn't go left. He started going left. Oh, he can't shoot. He had like 40% from three. So as an Angolan, I would be ecstatic if he, you know, because right now we don't have any Angolan players at the highest stage of basketball, which is the NBA. And then I would, you know, I would really like, you know, he's a wonderful kid, hardworking. You know, he's. It would be my. It would be. I would be extremely happy if, you know, maybe he will be drafted as a like we said, a two-way player. You know, will be because his late coach Abdul Rahim Amir Abdul Rahim was he passed away, but he's the brother of Sharif Abdul Rahim, which is the
Sharif.
president.
Yeah.
He's the president of the
Mm,
G League, the G League
Hmm.
president. So
mm.
one thing could lead to another. Hey, I know that kid. Sign him. Some G League team can sign him, which is not it's not going to be. Oh yeah, there's
Yeah,
nepotism.
you want,
This no,
yeah.
there's talent. The kid is like that. He's a dog. So obviously, come on, Malwak. I would say there's a lot of kids that that we don't even know because this year is so complicated because the NCAA is paying so much money. Some kids they don't want to leave. Some kids that
That's the
listen,
true. That's
yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Do you see that kid Dame Sar from Barcelona, the Italian kid, that black Italian kid?
Yes,
He's
yes,
going to
Hmm.
Duke.
yes,
He's going to Duke
yes.
instead of
He signed.
yeah,
I saw the pictures.
yeah. He's going to
Crazy.
It's
Duke
crazy.
instead of
Do you
going to
have
the NBA.
kids signing for deals like $5 million deals?
Listen.
You're
He's not
match.
going to
You're
sign.
matching your first rounder contract in the
I
NBA. That's
know, I
crazy.
know. And then and
Yeah.
then, and then look, check this out. Because a lot of people always NIL is NIL. It's not NIL. It's something called the collective. NIL is if a brand does a deal with you exclusively. But then these schools have so much money, and then there's boosters that can say, hey, I want to go and help you sign that player. I give you 5 million. You go and pay him. You know, so there's collective money, there's the booster money, and then there's NIL. There's too much money to be made. So that's why FIBA's saying, you know what FIBA's saying now? They're saying that
Hmm.
you gotta go and get a clearing letter. Clearance, like kind of like if you want to go to another,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
they want to say that because
Mm.
all that. Listen, Barcelona and Real Madrid, they're saying we're gonna stop with our youth level programs because our
Mm.
talent's being stolen. You
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
Yeah.
and what
Same
I
in
mean,
France. Same in
oh my
France
goodness,
Yes.
though.
man.
Same.
The
Same in
France
France.
market is going crazy right now.
But you know what's going to happen? They're gonna have a NCAA rule clause like they have an NBA clause out. You know, okay, if you want to go, if you let's say EuroLeague player, you play for a team in the EuroLeague or whatever, or any team. If the NBA wants to sign you, if a team, you know, you're gonna pay your clause or your buyout. You're gonna have to pay, and the NBA can only pay $800,000. You're gonna pay the rest. Imagine if you have a $2 million contract, buyout clause, NBA. You know, you're gonna have to bet on yourself like Yabusele did. Yabusele put his money, you know, because the Sixers can only pay 800,000. He had to pay money to get out of the contract. Now he's gonna make it back in the NBA times five or whatever. So I would say this year to all our African players, it's the best thing because all these other big name, whatever from other places are focused on the NCAA. So they can, you know, sneak in and get drafted, you know. So I would say like this year could be we can have so many surprises in the NBA draft because a lot of kids are withdrawing their names from the draft, you know. So hopefully there's going to be some new kids, some kids that we don't, you know, that we didn't even think about, you know. But then in terms of what can be done to it's like you said, start sending them early to academies in Europe, academies in the States, and develop our own leagues. You know why? Because check this out. In Brazil, the guys are being drafted straight out of the Brazilian league. being drafted. Boom, go. Guy Santos, he never played in the NBA in college. Guy Santos, the kid from the Warriors, he played in Brazil. But and then some African countries have the advantage. Like Boniface Dong, he's a coach, assistant coach for the Nuggets. So some Senegalese player making noise, they can say, "Yo, give him a workout. Take a look at him." You know, like the Sangana Job, he coaches in a G League. You
Yeah,
know,
even
so
even the president of the BL owning like the biggest program that's sending kids
there
to the
you go.
US. I mean,
There you
Seed
go. So
Academy,
Seed Academy, there you go. So I
Seed
think now
Academy.
is it, but then like you said, it's going to be mostly who fours and fives. There need to be. I think this thing's going to be broken with Thierry going, and then they're going to say, oh, these. But then Thierry goes to the G League and Ignite and put him. They put him at the three, and they start getting some old American point guards. Norris Cole playing for the G League Ignite. Come on, man, let the guy play. He played point guard all his life. Let him play point. You know,
Yeah, for
but
real, for
but
real.
that's a story for another day. We gotta go to another topic. Don't forget, let's you join us in the comments telling us who do you think gonna be the next African player drafted in this year's NBA draft, because we only
Let's
know
go
we only
South
know Kamal
Sudan. Let's go
Malone.
South Sudan.
Yeah. And then okay, now we're gonna talk about another section that is due. I think it's the third time doing it. We're gonna talk a country that is not very known for the sport, and we talk about South Africa. And then Jigo is gonna start
Come on,
talking a
Cole.
little bit about
No, 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 no. Come on. Like, come on. How can you say that South Africa is not well known, like in
in
That's
basketball?
basketball.
crazy.
Wait, wait, wait,
Yeah.
wait, 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 wait.
The
Okay,
powerhouse
no,
they bro Zaire Wade.
look at him.
You
He's
know who
rapping Cape
Zaire
Town
Wade
Tigers.
is? Do you know who Zaire Wade is? That's D Wade's son, an NBA legend, a Hall of Famer. Who are you talking about? Saying South Africa is so well known. Come on.
But let us see. Let us see
Let us survey
what he will
Jonathan.
bring.
Nah,
Let us
check
see
this
what
out.
he will bring to the table, though.
Hey,
I think
Jonathan's gonna talk about the past. You're gonna talk about the past, and because I want to hear the
Oh yeah.
present. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so let me start. Just give me a second. So I'm having my notes up. You know, you
Your
can't.
homework.
Yeah, I'm not OG, but I'm just trying to to get
Represent.
inspiration from
No,
the.
she's
Shout
one
out
and
to
only,
OG
bro.
though. Do your
Nah.
homework. Do it now.
Yeah,
Or sit in the corner and shoot trees.
yeah. So South Africa is one of FIBA's youngest members. Okay, it joined Team South Africa joined FIBA in 1992, and ironically, they qualified for every FIBA Africa Championship. The men's team, I mean, between 1997 and 2011. Okay, so they haven't been quite active lately. Their last appearance was in 2017 when Tunisia and Senegal hosted the men's Afrobasket. Uh, and looking back at the past history, their best result, I think, was uh, ninth place, which they achieved in 1997 in Senegal. They finished. They didn't even get past the prelim round. Okay, uh, so what I've seen is that they've been to the African Games. They've finished sixth, seventh, tenth. Uh, they've been to the Commonwealth Games in 2006. Uh, that was from the men's side, though. So they produce some quality players. I'd say Lebe Saselepe, uh, Peter Prinsloo. Those are
Sam
the
Kelo
names.
Sele.
And
Sam Kelo.
Uh,
ele,
Sam Kelo.
I'm jealous.
ele.
uh, Sakile Sitole. I don't. Some names. For the women's side now, that's that's even wilder. I mean, there's so much. So they've been a bit more present than their men's counterpart. They've been at the African Championship. Uh, so one, two, three, 5 times. Their best result was in sixth place in 1994. Uh, what they did so, uh, and what the last year they hosted the under 18 tournament, and let's just say it didn't go as planned. Let's keep it simple.
You
And
sure about that?
it, I said it didn't go as planned. That's okay.
Yo,
We all
but come on. If I can have something real quick, is that the roster of the men they're producing there's some hidden gems over there. They just need to be well trained because there's a lot of hope in this team. I just pray that this team will be able to compete in the near future because those kids they show promising talents. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. And so here's one that's a bit about South Africa, and time for the present now.
Mr. Djigo, what you got to say, sir?
Please.
Only one thing that I would say: the new powerhouse of Africa. But in terms of basketball, we're talking about the Cape Town Tigers. Thank you so much. So yeah, let's be a little bit serious. For
Disclaimer: they don't exist anymore.
Oh, they can't. It's the team doesn't exist anymore.
Closed like forever. We never
the
know
team
if they'll
that
be
brought
back.
Zaire Wade, the team that brought Zaire Wade in the continent. Okay,
I
anyway,
just don't want to
for
be. I just don't want to believe it. Like I really want them to be back.
Yeah, I know.
oh yeah, 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 for sure, for sure, for sure.
But
To
MBB,
be.
MBB is way better. Like way better.
Mm,
I'm not shooting. I'm not shooting. But MBB is way better.
mm.
I'm just saying this.
All right. But yeah, for sure, for sure. But in terms of the present of South African basketball, there is one major thing that we can notice. It's like the partnership with the BAL. So this is like the second years that we are having we're having a BAL tournament hosted in South Africa. They have Amapiano, so that's great vibe over there. Always fully packed. Arenas are really cool. Last
Wow,
year
yeah.
we played a conference there, and then for this year we're gonna play the playoff in there. Unfortunately, the South African team that represents South Africa, which is MVB, wasn't able to qualify, but had key games and key marquee wins in the near conference. So, in terms of basketball, we can see improvement
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the past. What happened in South Africa, even though in club level, since the insertion of the BL. And then there is one thing also to remember: South Africa is the first country to host an NBA event. Literally, do you guys remember
We
NBA
do.
Africa events that
Yeah,
was
Yeah.
a couple
played
of years ago, right?
The
A
NBA
in
couple of years
Africa
ago.
2016?
game 2015.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on 2015 or 16,
2015.
2015 or
Shout out to
16.
Luol
So
Deng. Shout
yeah,
out to Luol Deng.
so there is in terms of infrastructure, South Africa has the potential to be in one of the best teams in Africa
Oh yeah.
in terms of infrastructure. So they have all the infrastructure that are required to play good basketball. If you want a well organized league, or if you have talents, it's just to bring interest to the community. And then they're working towards that direction since the insertion of the BL. So let's see how it goes in team level. Not that much you can say about South African basketball. They did not qualify for the 2025 AfroBasket, and in 2021 withdrew from the qualification. But what we see in club level can translate in team level if they are able to really structure the local league. And I feel like they're working towards that direction.
Okay.
So that's what I have for the present. And then don't forget the first team that bro, Zaire Wade, son of a NBA legend, the Cape Town Tigers, powerhouse of Africa. Thank you so
The
much.
new
I'm
basketball
giving
powerhouse.
I'm
No,
giving the mic to P Funk.
can I just say one thing? Like they somebody tried to create some sort of beef between me and my Southern African, so the neighbors, South African neighbors. There's no beef
Oh my
whatsoever.
god.
But I
Are
gotta
you
say
sure
something.
No,
about
there's
that?
not. There's
No,
not.
there's
There's
no.
not.
Come on, man. Come on.
There's
I
not.
gotta. There's no beef. I mean, there's what
Oh,
I was
you
rooting
wouldn't
for.
say that if you're ahead of them, you cannot have beef with a team that you're superior
No,
against.
no, no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that what I said was they cannot be the powerhouse of Africa, right, in basketball when basketball is not even top five in the country. They probably play rugby, cricket, corfball, football, and then basketball. And then they did a great thing. Like they recreated like a little college atmosphere. Like the games are packed. Games are packed. The great vibe. The Cape Town Tigers brought some sort of honor, like these guys were like super. The I think the South African uh, fans could look at it, be proud or look at our team. They bought Billy Preston. Billy Preston was a McDonald's All American. Don't forget that kid played for Kansas, and then he had a car accident. There's an ESPN 30 for 30 written about that kid. So he was like that. He was a two-way player for the Cavs. So we're not
Hmm.
talking about any. But then when everybody started talking about Zaire Wade, it was a publicity stunt. But then I was like, listen, why are you talking about this kid? There's this Semkelo. I didn't know. I still don't know how to pronounce this. Ele. I think that's how you say it. Like Sekelo Ele. But I was like, we have that kid. Why do we? But then he's a dog, and who does he play for now? Petro. So Petro's gonna have home court advantage in South Africa because they got a Zulu warrior. Don't forget that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So I think,
And it makes sense.
yeah,
It
he's good.
makes sense
And
though.
but check this out. Not because he's from there, because he's a dog. That kid is he gave
Yeah,
us
he
problems.
played like
He
yeah.
gave us problems. He gave us problems. So what do? We recruit him. We don't want to go.
You
We
buy
don't want to
him.
play against him. Yeah,
If you can't
You
join
Remember,
them,
can
if you
you
can't
can
beat
pass.
do
them,
you
join
remember?
them.
Do you remember
There
that
you go.
Obama, Hillary Clinton was, going against Obama? Obama was, yo, come, you're the Secretary of State now. You work for me now. So that's what we do. No, no, we got some petrodollars, right? No, but for real, for real. Like I think this kid has a there's a future in South African basketball because first of all, there's no other there's no African country closer to the United States than them. They South African US artists go to South Africa constantly. Cape Town is a
Yeah,
touristic hub, whatever. They love it there. And then so I would think they have the linguistic advantage. They speak English already. It's easier for them to go in and because other, let's say, Portuguese speaking, French speaking, they go to the States, they have a little bit of trouble adjusting to the new reality. You know, First of all, the language is going to be different. So it's easier for a South African kid to go to the States and do well academically, and then mesh with the locals. And then
Mhm.
if you listen to Semkelo speaking, he sounds like an American kid. He doesn't sound
yeah,
honestly. He sounds like an American kid.
Yeah,
Same way that the kid from Kenya Airways. He sounds like there's no accent. He speaks fluent fluent English.
fluent. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So it's an advantage for them, in comparison to other African countries. So I would say they have this, and then and then obviously they're great in rugby, they're great in cricket, they're great in other sports. If they bring those boars, those big white dudes, whatever, to basketball, you bring those big Zulu warriors to basketball, the continent is going to be in trouble. Believe me, the continent is going to be in trouble. So I wish him nothing but success. Not this year because the BL, they're not going to win this year because we're still going to win it. But Simkelo is going to represent for South Africa.
They're not even qualified.
There you go. So
They're
that's
not
what I'm
even
Uh,
saying.
qualified.
So they're not going to win this
But
year.
for me,
They got some.
they showed a lot of heart. Like, but
mhm.
we'll jump later on this.
And then, but listen. So, my South African brothers, it's all love, all love. The South will rule again, will raise again. Don't let these Northerners mess up with our chemistry. You know, that's what's
Yeah,
up. Not even
Southern
and
Wow.
the
African,
island boy
Sou-
He,
and the
South
he,
African
called,
power, Southern African power. Yeah,
he called us
Let's
Northerners.
go.
Dang.
northern.
I told we were all Africa.
We are, but you know, no, you guys come like, oh, yeah, we're like East Africa, West Africa. We're all Africans, but if we gotta unite, you know, it's always your own people. So we're gonna go to our own people. There you go. Anyway, hey, it's time for our BAL update with Monsieur Marcel. There you go, sir.
I'm looking for that one though. Oh,
I know my bro Djigo wants to talk about it, like, but I'll give the floor to everyone who wants to jump in. Yeah, so guys, the night conference ended like a week ago, and we had an amazing finish thanks to APR played at home the last game, or if you want, game number 12, with that buzzer beater of Noel Obadia sending the local team APR to the playoffs. Yeah, so it
Obadia time.
was
It was
yeah,
Obadia time.
it
Not to
was
say
truly
damn time
magic
though.
because talking about the conference as a whole, it was a good vibe. It was a great vibe. You had people attending the games. We did have celebrities. We had concert. I mean, talking about the animation as a whole, it was really really great. And you know that Rwanda or Kigali, if you want, um, put a lot of effort into the sports environment, into the sports culture in their country, and it makes a lot of sense because um, except the Visit Rwanda, which is the tourist program, they involve every country to come and see how basketball is played, and the ending could have not been better than this. Like this
Yeah.
3 point, yeah, it was amazing. But hey, shout out to all those teams. Alali went 6-0. They finished first. You have APR finishing second with the 3-3 record, and then you have MBB, made by Basketball of South Africa, which were one win away to get that qualifying spot but couldn't. Thanks to NCT, NCT, the rookie, Nairobi City Thunder, who grabbed their first win over MBB in the second game. So the lessons learned for this conference is that every team is not a small team. Like even the rookie, even Nairobi City Thunder, they were not like rookies anymore because as long as they went through those games from game 1 to 6, they understood the task, they understood that the league is really competitive, and they showed a lot of heart during the second game against MBB. Unfortunately, for the first game, they lost on the buzzer beater by my silverback friend Robinson Opong. He made that three
Called it.
point at the buzzer.
Oh,
Yeah, it was it,
watch out for Uganda, guys. Afro basket, watch out for
yeah,
Uganda.
yeah, of course, of course. And then you have the Delulu team. Like I call APR the Delulu team. Why? Because for me, on paper, they were great, but they were struggling a lot against Al Hali. They were struggling a lot. And the game that they lost against MBB showed a lot of holes in their defense, or which player what task is assigned to a specific player. So David Gregg, these 21-year-old 7'3" or 4" he's a giant. He's 21. Yeah. Uh, he's present on the paint against APR. Uh, I was looking at Yusun Doi, the brother of Djigo. He couldn't afford to get into the paint at one part of the game. It was really, really amazing to watch. And then, yeah, so as a result, we're going to have Al Hali, the undefeated team, and APR going to the playoffs, which will start this week on Friday. So Get ready, guys. Get ready. We're gonna have the three teams from the Kalari Conference: Al Ittihad, River Hoopers, and Fus de Rabat, as well as the three teams for the Sahara Conference: Petro de Luanda, Angola. We're gonna have as well the vice champs, um, US Monastir, and then Creole Star, the rookie, as well. And then to sum up the eight teams, we're gonna end with APR and Al Ali Tripoli. So this weekend, get ready to have an exciting games in South Africa in Pretoria. It's going to be at Sudbet Arena starting from June 6th to June 40th.
One thing I can say, I want to add something on that. Uh, Beware of Al Ali Tripoli. They're
You
gonna
you
pull
called it
some.
before. Yeah, you called it before. Yeah.
They
Disclaimer,
pull,
disclaimer, disclaimer. Noni Omot is coming back to the BAL with APR.
Yeah. Trouble, trouble.
Hmm. Hmm.
According to the sources, according to my sources, he replaced Dane Miller.
Oh,
He
oh.
replaced Dane Miller. Yeah. So definitely APR is an once again a team to watch. Of course, we're gonna have the classification games um, by Friday. You can see on the BAL website. You will have both North Side countries who will play for the first and second spot, and then we'll go on third place against fourth place, fifth place against sixth place, and seventh against eighth. At the end of those games, we're gonna have the final rankings, and then we will do one against eight, two against seven, three against six, and four against five. So Petro will play APR this weekend. Yeah.
Hey, we ready, man. We ready. Nino
For
Mod,
sure.
Nono Mod, Petro and Five.
Petro in one.
Bruno Mars. You could have had Bruno Mars in it, but hey, to be fair to Petro de Luanda, I mean, they are in a good track.
Oh yeah.
They basically won uh, England League. That's it.
Oh yeah. We just finished
So
it. We're ready
yep,
now. We're ready.
yep.
We took care of business at
So
home. We
so
want to get the
yeah,
repeat. Back
that's
to
like
that's the
see
back.
you
thing. So,
see you next year. Like this year I have Al Ittihad or Al Ali. Those teams are
yep,
wild.
yep,
The
yep.
team that can create the surprise for me will be APR and Petro. Once again, if Petro wins this year, it will be the same story like last year. See? Because I
You know what
didn't
last year
for
was?
no, everyone, like every BAL fan uh was expecting Petro de Luanda to win at least season three.
I know.
Because season one they fell short. Season two, once again. So
Yeah.
season three, everyone was like, this year is the Petro year, and then
And it
they
was even
lost.
bad. It was
So
fourth place, man.
season four, everyone was like, nah,
Forget about him.
we don't count on them. Yeah.
Yeah. Too old, too this, too that. How about them apples? We showed you. We showed you. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion. That's what I keep
The
saying.
champion, exactly,
That's
exactly.
what I keep saying. Okay.
But hey, Al Ittihad with those two South Sudanese, Al Hali Tripoli as well. I think the trophy will go up north once again.
Well, like I said, it's not a fixed science. We're just gonna the moment the ball is up, it's 40 minutes. Whoever makes the last amount of mistakes wins. So let's hope it's us.
So 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 you agree? So you agree with me that Creole will reach to the semifinals?
No, Creole's gonna do damage because they because we can't. There's not a lot of scouting possible because we don't know their players. We know Ivan.
Mm.
We know like we know the Almeida brothers. You know the national team players like Correa or whatever. But all these Americans that they bring, we don't know. Because
Mm.
Omot, we know what he was former G
MVP.
League MVP, G League MVP, right? Did he know he won? No, BAL MVP. It was
BAL
BAL,
BAL
MVP.
MVP, yeah.
but he
It
played
was
in the
last
G
year.
League. Yeah, he played in. No, 2 years ago, right? Wasn't it 2 years ago?
You
Omot
knew
Yeah,
went
2 years
Mott?
ago. He,
two
he
years
went to
Oh,
the
ago.
G League.
Yeah,
After
yeah,
winning
yeah,
the BAL championship, he went to the G League.
yeah. So
Mm.
I mean, we know what he stands for. Like he's a bucket, tall, athletic, can shoot. But then, yeah, we'll see. Like so, he's going to be guarded by people. He's not going to be playing alone. He's not going to be, like, oh, it's a shooting practice. I'm going to be there by myself. No, he's going to have a dog facing him called Semkelo Chele. Chele.
But hey, the front court will be sick. You have Nuni,
think about
you have Diarra and Doig.
That's
Oh
what I
my
was
god, the
saying. Like
length.
Yo,
And
before we start recording.
there won't be any more Greg Davids. So
but it's all good. Listen,
so
don't
let,
don't.
let us see let us see on Friday though or Saturday. Let us see the first
Yeah,
game
the second.
Pittsburgh
It's
against
on the
APR,
seventh, right?
and
It's
then
on the
we
seventh, right?
yeah on
They play
Sunday,
on the
yeah.
Yeah,
seventh. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the seventh. It's all good.
But
Listen.
Pedro,
Uh-huh.
will Access play? Will Access Badji play?
No, he's not gonna
Access
play.
Badji,
No, he's not gonna
he
play.
ain't gonna play.
So he didn't even play yesterday because they didn't sign him for the BL. They signed him for the Angolan League. He won the league.
Oh, okay,
Whatever. Because check
okay.
this out. They got Gardner, Yannick.
Mm,
They got Claudio Castro.
okay.
I don't know who's gonna replace that EJ, that Nigerian monster. Because because I think he
Mm.
got
EJ Inosuke, yeah.
yo, that dude is a beast, man. That dude is a beast. I don't. He's a beast,
Hey,
man.
he was a pain presence. Like, don't
I
say
know.
that.
He was like
He
Zion. He
was
was
Of
like Zion
course,
Williamson.
he
of
was a
course,
pain presence. He
agree,
was a problem.
agree.
You
But
know,
Jigo,
the,
you were with me at this arena, and you
yeah,
saw the
true.
last two games. You saw it the
I mean,
last 2 games.
Wasn't he?
He
When
he
is
didn't
he?
play.
Wasn't he injured? I
He
think he
was
was injured.
injured or sick. Yeah.
no, he struggled in one of the games. But
Yes, he
one
was
game really
struggling a
caught
lot.
my eye. One game really caught my eyes was defensively, he was the Babacar Sane stopper in that
Yep.
game against US Monastir. So even in the paint, like if you go against him, he was the big boy in the
He
down
is. He
low.
is. He is. So
But you put Samchelo Ochele, that's definitely an upgrade over over
yeah,
Offensively, not
EJ.
defensively, though.
yeah.
No, yeah,
Defense
yeah,
because
offensively,
the
yeah,
other one is.
defensively, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, but listen, Patrick Gardner, like a shooter, stretch 4 or 5. Patrick can have Yannick and Gardner playing together. And then you
They did
you
it a
bring
lot.
yeah, and
They
then you
did it a
bring
lot.
and then you bring Abubakar Gaku, the Angolan MVP, and you bring Claudio Costa, bring another degree of physicality. Hey, but it's all good. We're not futurologists. I'm saying we're gonna be there to compete. We're not gonna. I'm
But
not.
hey, if
Creosta
you
is gonna
been
win. Creosta is
if
gonna
you
win. They're gonna
oh
win.
come on, come on.
Come
If you're
on.
being realistic, if you're being realistic a little bit and not a Delulu fan like you are right now,
Look,
you will
guys,
probably think like
I
Ali
was.
Chiad, Ali
P-Funk,
Chiad gonna win it
P-Funk,
all.
remind these little kids what we said and that famous video that dropped out on socials. It was nowhere to be found after we dropped them results.
Listen, because this time we got home court. We're gonna have home court because of some Kelo Kelly. Get that. We're gonna
Do
play
you
at
know
home.
that
We're gonna
home
be
court
playing
is
at home.
actually a curse? I'm telling
Not
you,
in the finals,
home,
man.
home,
Not in the
home court
not in
is
the finals.
actually a curse. Not in the
No,
finals.
no.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. But I'm really excited for this playoff here. It will be
But you know
really
what I'm
entertaining
excited
because I
for?
feel like
But you know what I'm
oh,
You know what I'm excited for? The quiz, ladies and gentlemen. So the only gentleman today, because let's do this.
I got my pen, I got my paper here.
There you go. There you go. Question number one. Dun, dun, dun.
Wait. How many questions?
5.
I'm gonna do 5 questions, yeah. But then there's gonna be some bonus, whatever points. Yeah. It's gonna be 5 questions. Alrighty?
All
Okay.
right,
You
let's
guys
go.
love bonus a lot.
Question number one. Which player is averaging the most minutes per game in the BL season 5? And as a
Ooh,
bonus point, how many minutes per game?
Usage rates. I don't know about that one.
No, not usage rate. Minutes per game. How many minutes per game?
They
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, minutes per game. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You want the player and the minutes?
The player
Can we
is at 1 point
can we
minutes.
have a can we have a hint?
Yeah, he's a basketball player.
Oh, come on, stop it. Which conference at least? Lord have mercy.
He was looking for the conference.
Yeah,
No?
no. He's a basketball player. Here we go. 5, 4, 3.
Oh, hold on. I didn't even
Wait,
write
wait,
something.
wait,
Okay.
wait. Give it. Just let us think about it.
I mean, let us think about it a little bit.
This is
That's
not.
so many.
This is not like. Oh my god. Okay, we're talking.
You, that's
Not multiple
that
choice.
one's
It's one
tricky
number.
as well.
Okay.
That one's
Multiple
crazy.
minutes. It's
Can I start
crazy.
counting now? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang. Answers, please.
I put
I
Aliou
don't have
Diarra.
any answer.
Aluciana, Patrick Gardner. What about you, Monsieur?
No. I mentioned a Petro player, but I don't know which
Come
player
on,
though.
Petro. The rotation. They got so many players.
Yeah.
It will never. Petro will
No
never.
player play over 30 minutes in Petro
Yeah,
del
yeah.
Luanda. That pissed me
Anyways,
off so much.
the answer is Ivan Almeida with 37.2 minutes per game.
True.
Ivan Almeida,
Yeah,
37.2.
in terms of usage rates, that's true.
Yeah,
He
he was,
barely come
I
off the
forgot.
come off the court.
yeah, he
You,
was, he
you,
was good.
I actually forgot that team.
Yeah, he
that's
was, he was.
there's something I like about Djigo. He's always wise after the event.
He knows. He knows. Oh, fuck. I know.
Bye, guys.
Oh my god! Please come back, my friend.
Please, I know about it, but I have so much.
He's just a
information
bad.
on
He
my-
doesn't, the pressure of testing. Like he's one of those kids that when he was in school, they gave him more time to do the test. Yeah, he had extra time. Anyways,
Bro, check.
question number 2. All right.
Yeah.
We're sticking with BAL. Which player is averaging the most points per game in the BAL season 5? And as a bonus point, how many points per game? We switch minutes per points for points.
We good?
We good? So okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Man, I can't see. There you go. I can't see. What you can't see? You zoom. That you blurring. You blurring.
Who,
Marcel.
me?
Yeah.
Hold
Okay.
on. I put Jean-Jacques Boissy with 33.8 points per game.
Okay.
33? I'll put
Okay.
Jean-Jacques Boissy with
23.8.
23. Oh, okay.
Okay. Jean-Jacques Boissy 23.8. So
Yep.
Djigo is the one who's closer because he's not 33. He scored high in the beginning, then he started going down. So it's
Yeah.
Jean-Jacques Boissy. He's 23.8. So 1 point goes to Marcel, 1 point goes to Djigo, and then the second point goes to Djigo also because he got closer. So he's got 2 points for Djigo, 2 points Djigo.
2 points for me, right?
No, you put 33. You said 33.
No. I said
No, he said- he said-
23.8.
Okay.
He said
okay.
23.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I
there
said
you go.
23.8.
Yeah, I thought it was 33. So 2 points for Marcel, 1 point for Djigo
Yep.
because you didn't put the right thing. 2 points Marcel.
No, it's
Marcel,
like you're gonna put the 0.8.
1
Exactly.
Wow.
point.
0.8.
Yeah.
Jigo, show
0.8.
show your phone. Just show us your
You
phone.
put 23. You put 23.
He put
Yeah.
23.
Yeah. You put 23.
Okay.
But I mean, it's 23, but come on, 0.8 though. Come on.
0.8.
No, it's 23. You know, 23.
If he has the right
23.8
answer.
is 24.
Yeah,
Almost
if
24.
he has
So
if he
yeah.
has the right answer, so I'll be penalizing him for knowing the right answer. Right? Okay. Because he's gonna be like,
That's
"Oh,
wild,
I didn't win
Let's go,
because
Cape Town. Let's go,
It's
Zaire.
always
Let's
like
go.
that. It's always like that. He
Okay.
did to me the same shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got another thing. Number three, like like OG always says, I always gotta sneak Angola into it, right? Okay, there you go. How many times has Angola hosted a FIBA AfroBasket before? And bonus points for the exact years.
Hmm, what the what the hell you on? What the hell?
What the Halliburton?
What the hell, Berry?
Is it men's Afrobasket or women's or both?
Men's. I'm sorry. Men's AfroBasket. Basket. Yeah. Sorry.
Men Afrobasket.
Yeah.
So I have
How many times?
Yeah.
The only year that
I'll
I
go
remember will be the upcoming one, which is 2025.
bruh. Come on, cuz.
Man, how old are you, Djigo?
27.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's been So you were like a lot. Yeah, gotcha.
Oh, come on now.
Come on, you like listen. This is way past your bedtime. Five,
Good? We good?
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
The bird has the answer, huh?
Okay, and then okay. What did you put, Jiggle? I can't see you. I can't
Oh,
see
I put 6 times. 6 times.
it. No. What about you,
Oh.
Marcel?
So I mentioned three times.
Uh-huh.
One in 2007,
Mm-hmm.
one in 1990, and one this year will be 2025. So those three times.
We're talking about the past. We're not talking about the present. It's in the past.
Oh,
So how many
I,
times?
for, I no, I forgot to ask because how many times we know that this year Angola will host?
Yeah.
You
We're
know?
talking
Yeah, for
about
sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The keyword being
besides.
before. The
Yeah,
keyword
before.
being
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Okay.
So okay, Jonathan got 2 points because he got he got the 3 times, and he got
Wow.
the answers because
Sick.
and then now and then Marcel also got 1 point. Wait,
No, I
Marcel,
got two because I mentioned three times, and one time was in 2007, right?
2000. Yeah, you got 2007. Yeah, you got two. So
So come on.
yeah. So you got no. Jonathan got 4 points. Yeah, each 1 point for each time that he mentioned, right? Because you mentioned
Oh, so he mentioned three times: one
yeah,
in 1989,
Yeah,
one in
89,
take
99,
2007.
and
please
one in
note. Take
99.
note. Please take note.
Yeah,
Whoa. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
Marcel, you got 2007 right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did.
So
So I got
Marcel
2 points.
2 points.
Yeah.
No, Marcel now has 4 points. 4 points now.
And just
Now
like that,
I'm
in
gonna
just
put
one
2 points.
question, he got 4 points. That's
Two
wild.
points, and then
That connotation is insane
Jonathan
and
4 points.
You should
unfair.
stop
And then
It
complaining,
wait.
doesn't
please.
make any
Can I can
sense.
I can I just tell you something?
Yep.
Who won in
What?
'89?
Angola, right?
Okay. Who won in '99?
Angola.
Angola as well.
Who won in 2007?
Angola, probably.
I rest my case for 2025. Okay. I rest my case. I rest my case.
Oh.
Wait,
But
wait,
how
wait,
can
wait,
you
wait,
be
wait.
the powerhouse of Africa and only host
Wait.
the competition like 3 times only? How
Wait.
how that 11 those
Just
11
what we'll
how
do,
many championship?
what we'll do is we'll write this, the time, the date, and what he said, and we'll pin that
Yo,
in our
the
WhatsApp group, and then on the day of the finals, we'll just talk about it.
No.
oh
I'm just
come on,
saying. I'm
come
just
on.
saying.
Yo,
We
yo,
hosted it three times, right? We hosted it 3 times.
Lucy, episode 23, you have your title. Either Angola or three times. Or I rest my case, yes. Episode 23, I rest my
No,
case.
but honestly, listen. Just reason with me, right? We hosted one time, we won. Hosted a second time, we won. Hosted a third time, we won. I'm
And
not
that's it.
saying,
That's finished. Acabo.
hey,
Acabo.
wait, wait, wait.
What if you lose? What you gonna do? What you gonna do if Angola lose, for
It's
example?
gonna be the first it's gonna be the first time. There's always a
No,
first
no,
time for
no, no.
everything. There's always a
Okay.
first time for everything, but right now we have 100% success ratio. The correlation between hosting the event and winning
Host
the event is
winning.
hundred
Home court
percent.
advantage.
We got home court.
It was 24. What? 27? It was
2007 last time. 2007.
2007.
2007.
Yeah. Hey,
How many years ago? 15
but
or
wait, but wait,
17
but
years
wait, but
ago?
wait, but wait, but wait, but check.
15 years
We
ago.
got 11. We got 11 titles, right? And out of those 11, we only hosted it 3 times. So
That's
that
what
means,
crazy.
yeah, okay. But then, so we didn't win it because we were hosting it, right? But if the streak continues, we hosting it and we winning it, I rest
There
my
will be no
case.
streak, fam.
I mean,
There will be
it's
no
all
streak.
good.
What are you
It's all.
talking about?
It was
Listen,
just it's a stranger
listen,
things
listen.
have happened. I'm just saying.
Can
Anyways,
I
let's go to
can I
question
add
number
something?
4.
Can I add something
Yeah, go
before
ahead. Go
So
ahead.
you
Or,
Go
mean
ahead.
or Angola
so you
have
mean
some
that
jujus. Angola using juju. Yeah,
Not Juju.
calling
No,
it.
we got Juju beaucoup players. We got beaucoup players, man. La qualité c'est là, hein. On blague pas, on rigole pas. Anyways,
what I want to add
hey,
something. So basically, my country is not in the AfroBasket, so I'm okay with that. I probably will won't ever be in there. No, so I've come to terms with that too. Mm, What I know, what I know is that Senegal is not gonna win it neither.
You bet that. Hey, you bet that.
My
Do you?
money, my money, my
I will.
money is that
Senegal will win one of the two AfroBasket.
one
If
of the
it isn't for the women's AfroBasket, it will be the men's AfroBasket. I'm calling it today.
okay.
Yep,
man, come on, man. You
What
calling
you
my
it.
you
money
you, you
is
had
on.
I got the best scorer in the BL right now coming off the
Yeah,
bench.
yeah.
that's
This is
nothing.
true.
That's
That's
nothing.
nothing.
I
This is
need to
true.
do I need to do my Dikembe. No, not this
I
year.
have I have one of the best rebounder in the BL. I
Not
have
this year.
Branco Barrio.
No, not this
I
year.
have Usman Jai. I went 6 and
And
0
that's it.
in the qualifiers. And then for the girls, I have the last two WBLA or WBAL MVPs.
We already know that MVP case
What?
wasn't her.
I know.
I need
Yo,
to root
stop
for
it.
Ingvild.
There
Stop
you
it.
go. The
Stop
real
it.
MVP. The real MVP.
Next
By the way,
Stop
time
it.
Senegal is playing against Mozambique, y'all gonna learn.
oh my
Y'all gonna learn.
Hey, we're gonna see.
Let's go
We
for
will
question number
see.
4.
question
We will
number
see. We will
4.
see. We will
How to
Hey,
see.
we
start a fight
staying with
in 5 words.
no. We're
We will
staying. We're
see. We will
staying.
see.
We're staying with Senegal now because Djigo was like, "Oh, hype without whatever." Senegal has 11 women's AfroBasket titles. Listen to the question: when was the last time they won the tournament? Right. And bonus
Mhm.
question: how many second place finishes do they have?
Mm. Mm. How many second place finishes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have it. I have it clear.
Oh, you sure do. You posting it on AfroBasket Women. You sure better
5.
have it.
FIBA connection. 5,
Fever
What are
connection.
what
4,
are you
All
guys
over the
talking about?
place. All
2,
over the place.
1. Man. Okay. Show us your answers.
Second place, 5 time. 2015 was the last time that we won. I hope.
That's
Okay.
what I mentioned as well as the answer.
Mm.
Wait. Fif- okay,
2015.
2015. So everybody got
Mhm.
2015 right. So what did you
Yep.
have
Yeah.
over there? You can't
I
really
said
see it.
five time
Oh,
second.
I
So how
said I
many?
said 2015 last
Uh-huh.
time they won the AfroBasket and
And how many
second
times?
place 5 times.
Okay, everybody got 2015 right, but then
Yep.
Yep.
they got the second place 9 times.
Ooh, that much.
9 times.
Ooh.
Damn.
9 times. So you could those 11 could have been like, like 15 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys
That's
were
You
like
know,
wow.
you the Cape
And
Towner
and
of women's basketball.
oh,
So so everyone, listen. So I would say for by approximation, I would give 1 point for each for getting to 2015, and then both Djigo and Marcel is going to get a second point for getting closer to the answer. Okay.
Oh,
Does
okay.
does that make
Okay.
sense? Okay. So
Of course.
1 point. No, 2 points.
5.
Djigo. 2 points. Djigo. 2 points. Marcel. 1 point. Jonathan. Marcel. one
So Marcel
point.
is 6. I'm 5. And Jigo is 3, right?
1 point. Jonathan.
It's three.
Okay. So right now, Marcel 4-6. Okay, this last question is gonna win it all. This is more of a Jonathan question though. This is a Jonathan
Oh
question.
my
that's
god. Oh, but you
1970s,
look,
bro.
but
I'm
you
out of here,
look, look,
bro.
look, 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 look. Oh my
This is
god.
a Jonathan. This is a Jonathan question. I would say,
I'm gonna
and then
win. I'm gonna
and then
win. I'm gonna win this.
this is only 1 point question. So if anything, if Marcel wins, they're gonna we got if no Jonathan gets it right, we're gonna go to tie break, and if he doesn't, I think we're gonna have to go call Marcel winning it. Okay. Anyways, Egypt is one of the powerhouses of African basketball. However,
Men or women?
they've been wait. Let me talk about it. Powerhouse in general.
The build
However,
up, yeah.
they've been absent from the women's AfroBasket podium for how many years?
No, the thing is, I know that answer. I know that answer. I tell you.
He knows.
Bro,
I know.
cursed.
I'm
I've
sure he
written
knows.
I've written something on that.
Yeah, you did.
Bro, cursed.
FIBA connections. FIBA connections. How many times? So let us count it. Last time I checked, they were on the podium on 2013 for the
Just
men.
just
No,
repeat
only
your
women. We'll talk
your
about
your
women.
question.
Only women.
How long has the Egypt women's basketball team been absent from the podium?
How many years? For how many years, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
That's
Let's
oh
go
my god.
crazy. Let's go crazy.
Whoa. He gonna put 30 years ago.
Okay. So
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and show us answers.
I
I put
mentioned
14
15
years.
years.
I've said
I mean,
14 years.
I
Eight.
put
And
15 years.
Jonathan gets done. Jonathan, I knew it was a Jonathan question. I knew it.
40?
I knew
What?
it.
18
48.
years?
48
48
years.
years.
They've been there. Yeah. Since 1977. Yeah.
I
I knew it
said
was
it.
a
It
Jonathan.
was a 1971 questions, bro.
So
Oh
there's a
my
tie.
god.
Wait. There's a tie. Jonathan 1 point. Jonathan 1 point.
Wow.
So there's a
Yeah,
tiebreaker for
yeah.
Monsieur Marcel and Monsieur Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jonathan 1 point. 1 point. And the
You
streak
need one
continues.
point.
Oh, for everything continues. Okay.
Look, it was a fun game. Let me go ahead. Let me go reply to my fans. It was a fun game, guys. So I'm
And
getting
you
a lot
can't
of
be no,
notifications.
no. You can't be saying, "Oh no, this the .8 that I got. I didn't get that .8, and that's why I lost." No, it's the rest of the
No,
thing.
today was straight bullshit, though. Today
So
was
hey,
straight bullshit. But anyway,
and I had to go on a fly and create a tie breaking question. So we said that Nuniamot
please an NBA question.
no, it was not NBA. Nuniamot he went back. He signed with APR for the playoffs. And then it's just one question: where was Nunyamat born?
Hmm.
Oula.
I feel like he talk about it one
I want to know
time.
this one.
We talked
I
about it one. We talked about one. That's all I
We
remember.
talked about it
Yeah,
one
we
time.
talked about it. Yeah,
It was a
oh
heavy
really?
debate.
yeah, we talked
Yep.
about it. Yeah, yeah.
I
Yep.
did.
Five,
I wasn't there.
four,
Was I?
Oh, of course
three,
you were.
two, one. Bam.
Nobody?
Australia for me.
Yep.
Kenya.
Yep. That's the one. That's the one.
Jonathan,
Yep.
for the win.
That was a clutch. Yeah, that's the one.
For the win. No, that
Yep.
was it.
At least a question that I knew because I listened to the episode. No,
Yeah, we talked about it. We talked
we
about
talked
it.
about it.
Yeah,
I was the one that made up the question, like, and then we did researches.
yeah.
No,
We
for the
talked
fact.
about it.
Oh, no,
Hey,
that,
listen.
that,
Hey,
that
the
was
quiz,
crazy. Hey, Jonathan,
the
bravo,
quiz.
bravo,
Jonathan, he's back. He's back with it.
bravo.
Hey,
Congrats.
hey,
Congrats,
listen.
With the
Barry.
king of
Congrats.
Like
the
I
king
said,
of
that
comebacks.
question, that question was a Jonathan question. The one for the, I knew he won. He knew it. And then this Omar, come on, he's yeah, a lot of, because you have to realize a
Yeah.
lot of these South Sudanese players weren't born in South Sudan because of obvious reasons that we know in Africa. But
Hmm.
yeah, but they still South Sudanese. They represent their national team with pride, their country with pride, and then even though they were born in different places, and some were born in Australia, some in Kenya, some in the U.S., some in Uganda, some in Uganda, some yeah. So yeah, it was good. It was a good. I wish I'm happy I wasn't part of the quiz today because yeah. But
The
anyways,
king of
let's go
comebacks.
and then the Kings are yeah, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Let's
Locked in. 2016
The king,
Cavs.
the king of the island boys.
yeah. But listen, is we've been here for an hour and almost 20 minutes. It was an amazing episode without OG. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is we first of all, you guys could be listening to some other podcasts or whatever. But if you support African basketball, please follow us, share, like, comment, interact with us. Like make suggestions to other people that other fellow African basketball lovers. Because we do this for you guys. We here every week. This is episode 23. We're gonna keep doing it. We're not stopping now. And then don't forget, it's always your own people. You understand what it means. Anyway, listen. So the final take is gonna be for Jonathan.
So, like you said just earlier, it's always your own people. But I'm gonna root for my people now. Mm, Island players have had a hard time being recognized, in Africa and even in Europe, uh, let alone the US. What needs to be done? What needs to be addressed for them to be recognized, to be seen, to be scouted? Because we have the talent, we have whatever it takes. It's something that you build, and I'm pretty sure out there, who were just we come from islands, we have the mentality to try and reach higher than what we always knew. Um, so what needs to be done to be for them to be scouted and seen? And that's my question for next week.
So episode 24, tune in, and we're gonna get all the answers, the question answered. There we go. Thank you very much once again, and we see you next week.
See you
And let's
people.
go
Bye.
Cape
Bye.
Town. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go Cape Town. Let's go.